everyone, it's Riley here. So I wanted to do a little video update for you all and just talk about a couple things that I mentioned a few of these in the last video, and I just really wanted to recap on that and kind of give a bit more in-depth explanation. But also I just also wanted to touch on a few other things as well. So the first thing I just want to touch on is just like recently I realized when I did my video that I just recently posted, I kind of already had done a video like that, and I ended up just deleting the other one because it was very similar. I ended up saying maybe a couple extra things in the new video. So a few of you maybe have been like, wait, like wasn't this similar to the previous video? And it was. I ended up not realizing it till I already posted, and then I looked back on the old video and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to delete the old one and just keep the new one. So if you're curious, you aren't imagining things. There was another video that I was speaking on very similar to about talking about my new place and all the changes with that. But I ended up deleting it because, again, it was very similar. But I also wanted to talk about it because I do feel like recently I've been noticing I've been getting a lot more brain fog, and I honestly don't know why. I feel like this has been a topic that I've heard of a couple people, especially experiencing after having COVID, and I had COVID 3 times, which is not fun. But after experiencing that, I've just noticed I end up having a lot more brain fog, and the further it gets into the day, depending on what my day consists of, the more just out of it I feel, just the more groggy I end up feeling, the more forgetful I am. And I just ended up doing a video where I recapped almost the same topic and talked about very similar things without realizing it till I ended up posting. So it's just, again, I wanted to talk a little bit about that because it's something I have been noticing, and it's something I am trying to deal with, but also at the same time, it's just something I never really talked about. And it's something that's different to do with my transition. It's just something personally that I've been dealing with that I wanted to be upfront with you guys about. Off that topic and into something I did talk about in that video was the fact that I have been kind of postponing my electrolysis and laser hair removal process. And it's not that I'm completely stopping it or stopped it. It's just the fact that I haven't been having as many sessions as I normally have had in the past. And a lot of that was due to, as I mentioned in my video, being busy and not having the capacity to be able to do both. And also too, the biggest thing for me, and I want to touch base on, is I've been trying to find this balance of being able to do multiple things and, finding the time to be able to do everything. And I was doing a little bit too much when it comes to having my stage 1. I was just trying to rush everything and get everything done, and I overlapped a lot of stuff, and I was mentally and physically exhausting. And for me, I did not want to do that again. And I just wanted to find this balance of be able to find time for myself, my friends, my family, the events that I want to go to, and still be able to do my electrolysis and hair removal. And the thing is, I know is that I will eventually have surgery, but it doesn't have to be tomorrow, and it's not going to be tomorrow. So if I have to postpone appointment here, appointment there, then to be able to go to an event or to be able to spend time with family, then it comes down to that. Then it's I would rather have the time that I need with the people that I care about and do the things that I care about. And it's not that I don't care about surgery. It was just finding this balance of being able to do both. And I think that was the one thing I didn't end up doing in my stage 1, is be able to find that balance. And I was too focused on my surgery, and I wish that I maybe have maybe done things a little bit different. Yes, that would have meant that I would have had a different surgery date, and maybe things would have went a little different. But at the same time, I'm I obviously can't go back, but it was just a lesson learned that I realize now, that it's finding that balance, and then be able to do things that I want and enjoy, and also having the electrolysis and hair removal kind of all intertwined, but at a better pace, was just something I didn't end up doing in the first time around. And also too, the big thing with that is also being able to financially get myself into a more stable position, because I was spending so much money more frequently and having these sessions so close together. And again, it was just rushing to try and get it done and be able to have surgery, and it still took a long time. It still took 2 years. But I was having my sessions almost every week to 2 weeks. And again, it was just something that I was I don't care what's going on, I'm gonna get this appointment done. And then I would have to be rushing around doing a bunch of errands and a bunch of other stuff. I'd have to go really early in the morning so that I have time to do my things in the evening. And I was just finding I was overexhausting myself. And again, I didn't want to do that this time around, because I know that I think when I went into my stage 1, I wasn't as mentally and physically prepared as I thought I was. And again, that might never be something you are ever 100% ready for, but I think I could have been in a better position for it. So it's just, again, that was something that I now look back on and I realized that I wasn't in quite the right like space. But again, it happened. I had surgery and I don't regret it at all. I just maybe wish I had done things a little bit differently and set a better pace for myself. And again, now that going into this next stage is something that I'm more aware of and like prepared for and have been doing, is just being able to like have that balance of everything. So my last session, which I talked about in my last video, was about in August or July or August-ish, and I haven't had any sessions since. And I do want to have another session. I'm hoping to actually get in here in the next little bit before the end of the year. But again, I'm not rushing. I do have some stuff that's coming up. I have some family that I'm going to go visit here in the next like month or so. And I've had a lot happen recently that I have been dealing with, so I haven't made any appointments. And again, if I'm not able to or can't, then it is what it is. I'm not, in this overwhelmed, oh my God, I haven't had an appointment in forever. I'm kind of like at ease with it. I know I'll get back into my sessions here in the next little bit. It's just a matter of when I'm able to get back in and be able to like mentally and physically like handle that, and also like financially handle it, because again, moving into this space, I had to like pay out of pocket for a down payment and stuff like that. So I'm like recouping and getting back out of that, and also had some other costs come up recently and stuff. So it's like just finding this balance of everything and be able to like actually get into a good space with everything, financially, mentally, physically, like all of that. And it's just again something I wasn't doing my first time around, but I'm more aware of this time around. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, because I know people like who have been going into surgery or like wanting to have surgery or preparing for surgery, whether it's transitional or not. And it's just something that like, again, it was not something that I really thought about or really like even considered when it comes to surgery, is all the other stuff that comes around with it. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. And if you do have any questions about it or anything else or any suggestions on topics or anything at all, always feel free to put it down in the comments down below. But anyways, that's it. That's all. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.